We can look at the earth today, and there are still, even though this devil has destroyed and ruined the earth and polluted the world, polluted the air, polluted the waters, polluted the food and the people and everything, and the earth itself, there are still places on earth that are so breathtaking and so beautiful, even though it's still tainted, but it's just so beautiful to look at. Being there can probably take off, or bring you back 5, 10 years, maybe 5 or 10 years younger, 15, 20 years younger, just by the presence, the aura of that place. So just imagine how much greater the kingdom is going to be when the Most High has on his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Imagine how much greater and how much more beautiful the kingdom of heaven is going to be once it's established. And these are things that we have to keep in mind, because this is what we're fighting for.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing and salutations to the hopeful leg out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and what I want to get into this afternoon, is dealing with, Esau and his enterprise. Okay, and the scriptures speak about it, and this man is full steam ahead, with his, what he calls the Great Reset. Okay, in which this man wants to reset governments, reset the economy, and most of all, he wants to reset people. Okay, he wants to make people liken, unto his technology and his image. Okay, this is what this man, is attempting to do. All right, and people have a real, watered down understanding on how far Esau Edom, was willing to go to accomplish this, man. All right, and we know the scriptures say that he's going to come down with great wrath, understanding that he has a window to do this in, man, a small window to do this in. Okay, now when you go to Job 5:12, it says he disappointed the devices, all right, of the crafty. And the scriptures speak about how we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay, on how we are not ignorant when it comes to Satan's devices. All right, and we know that, everything that we see, dealing with his media, his news, his propaganda, okay, it's all a device that's conditioning the people for his enterprise, man. Okay? It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay? Because pretty much what we see, with with these different governments, these different big corporate, these big corporate, all right, big pharma, all these different things are nothing but an extension of the elites, likened it to their hands. Cause that's who you see on the forefront, Elon Musk and these different guys. They're at the forefront. Okay, they're an extension of the elites, likened it to his hands, man. Okay, um, let's see the word enterprise. All right, now when you go into it in the Hebrew, it's what's that? Taya, Tana. All right, Tana, Shaya. Okay, was wisdom, sound knowledge. Okay, what's the main thing? Cause you go in the word science, it means knowledge. Okay, and Esau thinks that through the knowledge of his technology and his, so-called science and medicine, his AI, that he can accomplish enterprise, his new enterprise, man. His new world order. And he thinks that, man. Okay? But the scripture tell you, all right, let me see if I can find it. I think it's in Proverbs. Yep, this is a good one too. When you go to 2 Corinthians 10:4, and it says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the through the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and everything that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High. And what this man is doing, okay, in his media, he's trying to get, say men can get pregnant, okay, transitioning people, gender, okay, all these different things, splicing genes in the food. He's exalted himself against the knowledge of the Most High, okay, which is the order that was set up, all right, from the beginning. Yep, and that's a good one too. The brother just posted. Okay, when you get the brother Bayan Yasha'Allah, Ecclesiasticus 19:22 said the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time. Okay, neither at any time the counsel of the sinner is prudence. Okay, so what this man is doing is not true wisdom. This man is pushing death as life. Okay, here it is. He's pushing people to live these alternative lifestyles that don't produce life. And then he's saying, he's giving them the right to kill new life that's coming in. But people look at that as some liberated, free, high level way of living. Okay? It's not wisdom. That's not, that's dumb. Okay? But he's trying to exalt this dumb, stupid, backwards way in the earth against the knowledge of the Most High through his NWO, man. Okay? And it says, and bring into captivity every thought, all right, to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is coming with life, man. Everything will be restored, man. As I'm out here now in the park, you can hear the nature, in the background, man. That's what's going to be restored, man. This man is destroying that, man. Okay, if it was up to this man, it'd be all concrete and skyscrapers. Okay, and his AI. All right, this man has to be removed. So I want to play some videos, real quick. I couldn't find the other one I was looking for. Okay, let me see. Let me just put in knowledge and see if it'll pop up in Proverbs. It's all good. But let me get this video just to show a few things, you know, what's going on, man. You know, I'm gonna let these videos play. You know, you brothers, you know, post precepts as needed. All right, first, let's go with. Okay, now we understand what this guy, Elon Musk, okay, whom just recently brought, so-called bought Twitter.
Oh, you will. The Neuralink. That's
Okay, now you look at it. What is this man pushing? And Elder Yashawama called it out in the spirit how that this man, you know, he's making it seem like he's a hero for free speech, and he brought the, you know, the Twitter so people, you know, so the public can have free speech. But no, man, he did this so you can trust him, so he can, all right, get in your head, man, literally. Okay, now he's coming out with this Neuralink that's supposed to be a cure-all. All right, so let's hear this real quick. All right, and people, you know niggas don't have a clue. Niggas found out about Elon Musk, okay, in April. You know, and now you know that they behind him. You know he's, you know, Jay don't have a clue what's going on, man. Then these Edomites, you know, think they have a billionaire on their side. No, man, he's fully juiced in, man. Okay, he needs you to trust him. All right, this man is crafty, man.
side, but I don't. This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I've talked about the dangers with Elon Musk, and I mean, I'm shocked to see how many people are actually siding with Elon Musk, but I understand that it's very, very easy to get sucked into this left-right paradigm because obviously if I did believe in the left-right, I would be considered a Republican and I would be, on that side, but I don't believe in that, and I know what they're trying to do and how they're baiting people into this civil war, and they're giving people false sense of hope to put their hope in humans and other people and politicians instead of putting their hopes in Christ, who all of your faith should be in alone, not in any of these monsters who are working together, of course, to destroy everything and then rebuild the phoenix rising out of the ashes under the guideship, of course, of Lucifer. The Luciferian doctrine is what they follow. And I've talked about Elon Musk. And of course, there's so many people who are just defending Elon Musk and they're like, this is so good. And Call, how could you not be happy about this? You're somebody who's suppressed by the free speech and all that crap that's going on social media. Because this is just part of the show. And of all the people to do it, the guy who very well could be the Antichrist, the guy who is pushing the Neuralink, which will...
And we know we don't believe in that madness of the one, okay, Antichrist. This whole system, okay, is Antichrist, okay? If a brother could post that in, I think, 1 John 2 and 18, all right? This whole system, there's no one, Antichrist. This whole system is against Yahweh Shai, okay? Who's ever against Scripture, the true doctrine, all right? They are anti-Messiah. Okay, which is the masses of the people. Damn near everyone we know in our day-to-day, if you was to bring up Yahweh Shai and what he's coming to do and what he's bringing to the earth, they would be against it. Okay, which will make them anti-Messiah. All right, and the brother Beyond Yasha'Allah posted it. 1 John 2 and 18 said, little children is the last time, and as ye have heard that the anti-Messiah shall come, even now are there many anti-messiahs, whereby we know that is the last time. And you can see the condition and the mindset of the earth that we are in the last time, man. Okay, there's no way this generation can produce another generation, man. You know, and how wicked it is now. Okay,
totally take free thought and free will away from people is the face of this movement. And I've said it before, that when I think about the Antichrist and the deception, I don't worry and think, all these liberals are deceived. Those people are already done. Those people are whacked out of their minds. It's the Republican side of people that need to be deceived. Christians are the ones that are going to be deceived. The liberal people, yes, they're deceived, but they're insane. They're out of their minds. They're satanic and wicked already.
And fast forward to the video he gonna play. I think it'll be right here.
Tell you, the Neuralink will cure all common illnesses, including things like, depression.
This woman was severely depressed. Now she says she has her life back. And it's not thanks to drugs or years and years of therapy, but a device that's implanted in her brain. According to the World Health Organization, there are around 264 million people who suffer from depression. And though there is still so much we don't know about depression, one thing the medical community does know is that there is no one-size-fits-all treatment. And that notion is at the core of an experiment that appears to have successfully treated a woman's severe depression using a brain implant. Now, a warning, we're going to be talking about suicide and suicidal thoughts. So if that sort of thing is hard for you to hear about, maybe consider not watching this. We only know the patient as Sarah. She wanted to keep her full identity a secret. But in an audio recording with researchers, she says she'd been struggling with severe depression for years.
My daily life had become so restricted and impoverished by depression that I felt tortured by each day I forced myself to resist the suicidal impulses that overtook me several times an hour.
She says she tried every type of therapy and treatment with no results, until researchers at UC San Francisco recruited her for experimental therapy back in 2020. They implanted a matchbook-sized device similar to this one in her brain. Now, this device is designed to detect when Sarah starts becoming depressed. Then it sends electrical pulses through Sarah's brain to prevent that depression. Now, this is a form of treatment known as...
Now, why the hell is she depressed? You know, if a brother can put Proverbs 29:2. Why the hell is she depressed?
Deep brain stimulation, and it's already used to treat disorders like Parkinson's. DBS as a treatment for depression actually isn't new. It's been studied before with mixed results. But this is the first time the stimulation has ever been customized to the patient.
People with depression are very different from each other. And generally, depression therapy has been a one-size-fits-all endeavor.
Dr. Andrew Crystal is one of the lead authors on the study.
For us, the particular kinds of symptoms a person has matters because we're trying to match how we intervene so that it fixes the specific kind of problem that they have.
To personalize treatment for Sarah, they started by creating a map of her neural activity. They spent 10 days monitoring her neural patterns, stimulating different areas of her brain, and tracking changes in her mood.
What we saw is that depending on where you stimulate, you could achieve several different kinds of effects, a number of them that a person could find beneficial.
Sarah remembers the first time that stimulation took away her depression.
The aha moment occurred. I felt the most intensely joyous sensation, and my depression was a distant nightmare for a moment.
And by the end of it, the researchers developed what they called Sarah's depression circuit.
The question was, which places that we stimulated led to the set of changes that aligned with our patient's symptoms, and it was one that aligned best with her symptoms.
Think of it as a blueprint for what Sarah's brain looks like when she's depressed. Now that they had this blueprint, they could customize a DBS device to do two things. First, it could recognize when Sarah's neural activity matched her depression circuit. And when it did detect that pattern, the device could stimulate the part of her brain that had already shown to best relieve those symptoms. That's the electrical field.
This seems a drastic treatment.
Got the deep brain stimulating electrode coming in here, generating an electrical field.
Surgically implanting a device into a patient's brain to treat obsessive thoughts. But patient Nanette Vardy-Forth was willing to try anything to feel better.
To leave the house, you have to perform a lot of rituals, a lot of checking, rearranging, to make sure that the taps are off, the light switches are off.
Even something as simple as getting to an appointment was a challenge.
Well, it's very frustrating because it doesn't end. It will just keep on going and the bad feeling will stay.
In Nanette and 8 other patients, scientists used electrodes to stimulate the part of the brain responsible for fear.
This electricity dampens that fear response and allows people with OCD then to challenge some of these intrusive thoughts.
The clinical effect was quite marked. This one goes to here.
At the start of the study, half of the patients didn't have the device switched on, showing the therapy was a promising treatment.
When you turn it on, the thoughts abate and the compulsions to do these actions abated.
And soon, more people could benefit.
We're about to start a trial in anorexia and for pain.
More than 500,000 Australians have OCD, but this treatment isn't for everybody. It's only recommended when medication and therapy haven't made any difference. For Nanette, at least, the treatment was nothing short of life-changing.
So, depression, Parkinson.
Okay. And what is this going to seem like, to the masses? A miracle. But here it is. This man's the root of of depression in the earth. When you go, all right, this is the brother Howard Shah, all right, Abadya, okay. This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn." So this man is the source of depression in the earth. But then he pops up as if he's the savior. Okay, and to the masses of people, what is this going to seem like? A miracle, man. Okay, it's going to seem like a miracle, and the masses are going to be in awe. All right, at this man's technology, man. Imagine the people that worship this man's technology now. How much more? Okay, when he starts doing these things, man. All right. Now this is Revelation 13:14. It says, "And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast." Now let's go into that word miracle. Okay. All right, which is in the Greek.
Strong's G 4592. Semayon.
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 Okay. Now it says, I'm going to jump to definition B. It says a sign, all right, a prodigy, a portent, i.e. an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. Okay. And to the masses, this is going to seem as a miracle, man. Okay. And it says, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which means what, man? Liken yourself unto this system, man. Align yourself with this philosophy, man. With this way of life. Okay. Which had the wound by the sword and did live. And that was the ancient pagan Roman Empire, man. Okay. Which was full of paganism, homosexuality. Okay. And lewdness, man. The flesh, clout status, all that was, part of the ancient, pagan Roman Empire, man. Or grimy, the more grimy you were, that get rich or die trying mentality. Okay. Now, let's go from there. I got another one. And this is pure madness, man. This whole Roe versus Wade is, is going to be a witness against America, man. The way that people are fighting, okay, for wickedness, man. But listen to this here.
Quote, very damaging.
Now, they said banning abortions is bad for the economy. It's a hell of a guy, man. Okay, this is a hell of a ruler, man.
Framing this debate over abortion rights in terms of what Americans value more, and they're arguing and betting on Republicans focusing on the economy and inflation, and that's something that's going to get voters to the polls. But it was interesting to hear from Treasury Secretary Yellen just this morning, because she was asked about the economic impact of overturning Roe, and she said that it would have a, quote, very damaging effect on the economy. Here's her explanation. Listen.
Roe v. Wade and access to reproductive health care, including abortion, helped lead to increased labor force participation. It enabled many women to finish school. That increased their earning potential. It allowed women to plan and balance their families and careers. And research also shows that it had a favorable impact on the well-being and earnings of children.
Now, she's basing that on empirical data, but Senator Rick Scott just called that explanation callous and harsh. What do you think about framing this debate in those terms, in terms of economic impact?
Well, I serve on the Banking Housing Committee and was there when Secretary Yellen made those comments, and she was expressing what I believe almost every woman knows. If you don't have control over your reproductive life, you don't have control over any aspect of your life, including your economic opportunity, your opportunity.
Now, wait a minute. Now, how dumb can you be? She said the woman doesn't have control over her reproductive life. It's over. It's over, man. The trumpet is blowing in America, man. This shit is over, man. She said if a woman doesn't have authority over her reproductive life, then she has no authority over none of her life. How the hell do you have children, man? They act like children just start growing out of nothing. If a woman had control, okay, over her sex drive, okay, it wouldn't get to the point of abortion, man. You see how dumb society is, man. Okay, and these are people in high positions. Let's rewind that back, man. She said people don't have control, the woman don't have control of their reproductive life, and they don't have control over economics. But then you incentivize the women to have more children as long as the father's not involved. Okay? This is super stupid, man. Now let's listen to this again.
To provide for your children and the rest. Serve on the Banking Housing
and harsh. What do you think about framing this debate in those terms, in terms of economic impact?
Well, I serve on the Banking Housing Committee and was there when Secretary Yellen made those comments, and she was expressing what I believe almost every woman knows. If you don't have control over your reproductive life, you don't have control over any aspect of your life, including your economic opportunity, your opportunity to provide for your children and the rest of your family. That's why abortion is a fundamental freedom. It's a fundamental opportunity it's fundamentally about autonomy. So I think that this new argument that is coming out of the Senate Republicans, which seem to suggest that women have to choose between addressing economic opportunity on the one hand or having this fundamental freedom over there and control over their own bodies on the other hand, just shows how out of step they are. Women and people don't actually think about their lives in those terms. They're not all siloed off like that. Of course, these two things go hand in hand, and it is one of the reasons why I think we are going to be holding this vote tomorrow to really dramatize what's happening here and what Republicans think, who Republicans think ought to have the power over this most personal of decisions.
Boy, y'all got a hell of a government, man. Hell of a government. Okay. Oh boy. But this is why, when I get that precept the brother posted. So they said that banning abortion would be bad for the economy and the economic freedom of women. You see how this society, and you see why this society produces the lowest quality, okay, the lowest quality ever of people, man, men and women, okay, but especially women. You see why this society produces the lowest quality, okay, of people on the earth, man, in America, man. The absolutely lowest quality, man. Okay? Morally destroyed. Okay? This is the book of Isaiah 32:7. It says, the instruments of the churl are evil. And Esau was their churl, man. He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak of right. But the liberal devises liberal things, and by liberal things, all right, shall he stand. And what do they constantly push, man? Liberty, freedom, autonomy. Okay, they got a political party, you know, money. The Democrats are what likened to what? Liberals. Okay, liberated from what, man? The standard of the scriptures, man. Okay. Oh, it's lucky. This is what this man is up to, man. You know, I just want to bring a few things out. You know, I was watching a few things, and man, good grief, man. You know, but just when you think you've seen it all, you know, this devil always tops himself, man. Okay, so this man is full steam ahead with his enterprise. This society is getting more and more, you know, wicked, you know, filthy. All right, right before judgment, you know, and we just have to endure to the end, man. Another day closer to the destruction, all right, of this society, man. You know, but this man is full steam ahead with his enterprise, no doubt. All right, so Lord will, you brothers and you few sisters were edified. Till next time I say shalom. Call him Yashala, Abba, and DTA soon. Shalom.